Well, I kind of have two questions. I'm going to make them very quick because I know we have a lot of people feeling about this question. Okay, the first one is a question because I went to Katsucon and I was the second person in line and I let a young lady go in front of me and this question was asked. My question, she stole my question. Basically.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes. So I want to ask you now so that I get a chance. If you could create a Sailor Scout, what Sailor Scout would you create?
Oh, this was the question where we went crazy. And
it went to a weird place. I loved it.
It went to a really weird place, and I totally remember what mine was. We record in LA, and it's really hard to find parking. So I remember I have said this over and over again. If I could have a Sailor Scout that just lived in my bag, and I'd be like, find me a parking place, or I had a call out for Sailor Venus parking magic now, and a place to show up, I'd be so happy. Sometimes you have to pay ridiculous amounts of money, and I just want a cupcake. And then now my new one would be a sailor that could eat anything and everything. I just found out I have a lot of allergies, so that would be mine. It's they can eat anything and still be able to fit in their uniform.
Yeah, mine was always Sailor Comet. She was a knight of the Sailor Crystal realm, and she had a giant sword on her back.
Ooh,
sword.
That's awesome.
Okay, and my second quick question was, there has been a lot of iterations of Sailor Moon, and one of the big ones that I watched on YouTube a while back was the live-action Sailor Moon series, which was very cool. And I was wondering if there were any plans to bring that over or to do anything with that.
Are you referring to the Tokusatsu series or Sailor Moon?
I think it was the one on television.
Okay, yeah. So there's no news on other parts of Sailor Moon. Every single part of Sailor Moon is handled very differently with a different committee, different rights, different everything. So right now we're working on the anime, but I would never say never. Think of it like acquiring a totally different show. Even Crystal and Sailor Moon Classic were totally different. But I'm a big fan of both, especially Sailor Moon. So fingers crossed. But thank you for your support. Here, come get a fancy coin. I'm going to give you a different coin than from Katsucon. Because I remember these things. I'm not as dingy as I think. Alright, next question. Also, are you doing the punk rock Jupiter thing?
I was going to say that's so cool.
That is awesome. Don't mess with her.
Amanda would be so stoked.
Thank you. Okay, so you guys said you both watched Sailor Moon for a long time, so that means you're fangirls like the rest of us. So I was just wondering, what's your favorite ship? What couple do you like the best out of all of them?
Oh, wow. I mean, I love Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. That's the classic one. I want them to be together forever.
They will be. It's destiny.
I know. That's my ultimate favorite one. Although I want Venus to find somebody. She's the worst luck. Reading Codename Sailor V was the most depressing and coolest thing ever. I'd be like, it'll get better, and then there's a new boy every single story, and every single time they're evil. I'm like, maybe you should just date the person that you don't like.
For me, I'm gonna go with another canon couple. I'm a sucker for Haruka and Michiru. I'm really looking forward to them being represented, uncut. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that turns out.
You mean you want to see them not be cousins?
They're not cousins.
That is confirmation that so many questions have been asked. And I'm like,
we said that day one over and over.
I
They're
know.
not cousins. They're the destined couple. But I would
So
sweet. Hey, good questions. You guys are bringing the good ones. I like it. You're earning this prizes.
hello, how are you?
Good. I just have a question related to voice acting. I was just wondering what first got you into voice acting and what made you interested in it.
Okay, sorry, I cut out.
Oh no, I just was wondering what first got you interested in voice acting.
Really, really good question. Actually, I'm going to give you Shane's on that. Because it was so heartfelt.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
I was just wondering, especially towards the end of this first season and towards the end of the second season, actually, towards the end of all the seasons, there's some pretty intense moments in the show. I was just wondering, what was the hardest scene for you to voice act?
That I can remember and that I know I am allowed to talk about. When we got to do Sailor V's like backstory and go back, and she had all that stuff with Alan. That was really, really fun to get to work on because it was so intense and so emotional, and I felt like I was able to connect with her on a whole another level. But I think oddly enough, the very last scene where she's kind of at peace with it, and she's like, "This is okay. This is the way it's supposed to be," and they're happy, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and when the time is right. And that was the hardest thing for me to do, was having the closure, which I think that would be the easiest. But I finished that and I was like, I feel so sad right now. Like, it's very bittersweet, and that was like the hardest thing for me to do. I was really glad that was the end of the day, because I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to be upbeat and crazy and positive right now. That was just like a really heavy episode, but it was one of my favorites that we've gotten to work on so far.
Great question. I think we get a coin from season 1.
Hello.
Love your
You
costume.
look so cute.
Oh, thank you. So, question for both of you. It's obvious that you've watched the English dub, but if you've seen the Japanese dub as well, which one would you prefer, even though I know you voiced Venus in the English dub?
I have seen the Japanese dub. We watch every scene in Japanese before we work on it, just to make sure that we're like in the right tone, and we're in the right mental place, because I think all of us, except for maybe Kate, she didn't know that it was a big deal.
Yeah.
But all of us have seen the English dub that like we grew up with. So we've seen all of those episodes. So we didn't want to just, take what we remembered and then go into the show. We wanted to keep that in mind, because that's what everybody grew up with. Also take the original of the Japanese, since that's what inspired them and is also inspiring us, and then bring what we have to it. So I think it's definitely a mix of the influence of both of them for us, and then our own influences on the characters and how we feel we fit.
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for the 90s dub as well. It's one, it's like my first introduction to Sailor Moon. But I fell in love with the Japanese immediately, especially Venus's voice actress, who called me Rika. I really love her singing voice. But after seeing these guys in the studio and seeing the final product, I've absolutely fallen head over heels in love with these guys. To me, they are the guardians in my native language. Like, it feels natural and comfortable, and I really feel like you really do Rika-chan justice. And that's like honest, heartfelt opinion. So, hey, I think Kagisha's autograph. It's a really good, provoking questions. Yeah.
Hi. So I grew up watching Sailor Moon, and it was the first anime, like yours. It was the first anime I ever saw, and like you, I thought that was what anime was.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was young, I had to have everything Sailor Moon. I had Sailor Moon shoes, I had the costume, I would stand watching the show and doing the Sailor Moon transformation scene. And so even now, even when I was watching some of those clips, I was crying because it was so nostalgic. And so my question to you is, since you grew up with Sailor Moon, how did you feel being part of Sailor Moon when you first got that, yes, we want you?
Well, when I first got the email, my maid of honor was driving me to my rehearsal dinner, and I looked at the email and I was like, this is a joke. Like, I'm going to get married, so obviously I'm excited, so this is obviously not real. I've created this. When I first got the audition for it, I put it off because I was like, as long as I don't audition for it, the dream is still alive. Like, I could imagine myself doing this show. And then when I realized the deadline is tomorrow, I was like, the dream will die because you've procrastinated. You have to do it now. So I sent in the audition. And it was just, I mean, it was like one of those things that you're like, it's so close. It's like it's attainable, but it's not attainable because this is such a dream. Like, how is this possible? And then when they had said, you know, you have to be available for Anime Expo, you have to be able to, and I was like, yes, anything, whatever the case may be. I didn't know who I had gotten cast as, and I was so excited and like so thrilled to do it. And then as it got closer for my first recording session, I was like, oh my gosh, there are some fans at conventions that like get very upset about things, and if they don't like it, they'll kill me. And then I got very scared. So once I went into the studio to record, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be working on Sailor Moon. I'm going to be working on Sailor Moon. And then when they recorded it, the very first time they played the 3 beats, all I had to say was Sailor Venus because it was just an eye catch. And heard it in Japanese. The 3 beats came, and I was like, I didn't say anything. He goes, that's where you talk. And I was like, I know, sorry, I'm so sorry. And I was like, this is my first time working at Studiopolis, and I'm so terrified. I go, I'm sorry, I'm just so. It all got real, and now I have to do the work, and now I'm very nervous. And he was like, it's okay, you did the audition. Like, we know we want you. We're behind you. And I was like, okay. There's no way that this can be wrong. I mean, this is me. And so then once I got past that, I was like, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And everybody has an opinion, and some people don't like certain dubs. Some people don't like certain voice actors, and like. That's okay. There are people that are very supportive and love what people do, and everybody has an opinion, and so I'm like, I get to work on it, and I should be excited about that. I can't be concerned about anything else. So once I got like my little inner critic out of the way, it was just really, really fun. But yeah, it was a very mixed bag of emotions working on the show.
Well, I think you're absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, when all of the voice actors auditioned, and lots of people auditioned, all of the slides had to go to Japan to the visual creative team and Sensei, and everybody was just numbered. Wow. And then they were picked.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I didn't know until right before you guys did.
Amanda had told me, she was like, yeah, I heard that we were approved by the creator and by the Sensei, and she was like, she goes, so if anybody says they don't like it, I'll be like, well then, sorry. I'm like, she's so Jupiter that she's like, whatever.
Yeah, I love her. All right, next question.
All right. What Sailor Scouts do you guys connect the most with? Like, everyone kind of has that one scout that like is them, or like they really love and connect with. What are your favorites?
Which Sailor Guardian am I most like? I really want to be like Uranus, but I'm actually like Venus. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I can get it together when I have to, but when I'm at ease, I'm the dingbat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, glitter, cats, yay, idols!
I remember when I was a kid, I loved Chibiusa because she was the littlest one, and I was always the smallest in school, so I was like, that's the one I connect with the most. She's sassy and she's little, and that's me. And then when I was auditioning for them, I was like, who am I most like? I wanted to be the most like Mercury, because there's like so many aspects to my personality, but I like myself the most when I'm like working and I'm like studying and I'm on top of things. But then when I started, I love quotes, even if I get them wrong, which is totally a Venus thing. I love all like celebrity culture and like movies and things like that. That's totally Venus. She's goofy, she's also very serious, she likes to take care of people, she likes to be the older sister, and then sometimes she's like, does not do that very well. We were joking around in one of the episodes, I remember, she like tries to cook for people and she's not good at it. That's kind of like me. So as I'm like going through and like watching everything, and my husband was watching with me, he was like, you totally are Venus, and I was like, I guess I am. Good job. But I mean, the Sensei approved it, so I guess they knew.
I don't think your cooking abilities were judged, but maybe it should.
You know, maybe.
All right, thank you. Great questions, great questions. If everyone, so we can get through the whole line, if we can all keep our questions kind of short so everybody has a chance to participate, that That would be magical. All right. So, what is your question?
Out of all the other Sailor Scouts, which one is the best one overall that based on your choice?
Which one is the best one?
Which Sailor Guardian is the best to you?
Venus. I mean, I'm super biased, but I think Venus is.
Okay,
I don't know,
good.
it's hard. I think they balance each other. They're great. There's aspects to them so they're together. Like by themselves, I don't think they can get as much done as they can as a group. They really balance each other.
It's all about working as a team. Hey, thank you so much. Your question was awesome.
Oh, by the way, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. What is your question?
This may sound a bit long, but the officials behind Sailor Moon ever decided to like expand the horizons, like what Sega did to Sonic the Hedgehog with Sonic Boom and make a Sailor Moon Boom, would you ever consider doing the voices, or would they find completely different voice actors?
Anything with Sailor Moon would come out of Japan. Right now that they're focusing on the Sailor Moon Crystal, which is a more to the manga recut, but we would have to wait until something got created from Japan to even consider it. So, who knows? It's an expansive world, and there's a lot more in the manga to cover. Thank you.
My question is, are you planning to make any new characters for Sailor Moon Crystal?
That is all decided from Japan.
Yeah, they don't make.
It's fairly
Yeah, they don't.
like
Viz doesn't make anime.
We'll know when the new episodes of Crystal come. We only get to see them just like a little bit before they go live. It's really, really telling us why or when those episodes come in.
My question's kind of similar. Is the Sailor Moon Crystal going to be like a short series or as long as the original one?
Right now, it's going to be 26. There hasn't been any updates on if it will be continuing. That news will come out of Japan. So, we hope so, but we don't know yet. Yay, love your costume.
Can you say the original Sailor Venus transformation in your Venus voice?
Sure. Venus power, make up!
So good. Get your practice, get your practice.
I kind of have a weird question, but if Sailor Venus were to have an equal twin, who would it be?
Ooh. Twin Venus. Oh my gosh. Wait, who would it be? Like, who would the voice be? Or... If she had an evil twin, I would totally want to voice it too. That would be way too much fun. Gosh, I don't know. That's really
Orange lady.
What?
The black lady would be like, orange lady.
Yeah. Just in an orange jumpsuit. Like Britney Spears circa the crazy, is it the crazy video? That looks like crazy. Is it the crazy video again with that crazy red jumpsuit, but it would be orange? That's terrifying.
That's a way to become an idol.
Yeah. There you go.
So Venus's dark idol would be like Britney.
Yeah. Perfect.
Kind of makes sense.
That actually makes perfect sense. Somebody do that for Halloween and tell me.
Made an orange vinyl jumpsuit for you. Sometime notice me.
Hi, so growing up, my favorite Sailor Scout was Sailor Uranus. I was wondering what your favorite Sailor Scout was growing up.
Growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chibiusa is probably my favorite character, but of the Sailor Scouts, Venus or Mercury, I think were my favorites.
I didn't grow up with Sailor Moon. I didn't really discover it until I was in like high school, early college, because I'm super old. But my first wave fandom, so to speak, the Sailor Guardian that I really liked the most, but this is very specific, Sailor Galaxia in the Final First Stage musical.
Nice.
Because I like that powerful operatic voice. I like that crush and
Yeah, totally.
Because she's the most powerful Sailor Guardian. I wanted Galaxia, Sailor Moon, Final First Stage. That was my jam.
That's awesome.
I was just wondering if you could spend a whole day with any of the Sailor Scouts, who would it be and what do you think you guys would do?
It would be Venus, and I think we would we'd look through magazines and watch E! Channel all day. I don't know. I would say we would actually probably do a Star Tours, go to the Maps of the Stars, do all the celebrity hangouts and try to find people, quote movies all day. It would be an awesome day, actually.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
For me, I want to ride around in Haruka's Lamborghini, not gonna lie. I would just want to ride around in Lamborghinis and just, do cool stuff.
Yeah, totally.
And just not care. I would like to do that.
I like that we don't have anything that we're no, there's not really anything I want to do. I just want to hang around and be fancy. That's all.
Yeah, just
fancy and sparkly.
I want to ride in a Lamborghini.
Tommy, do you know if there are plans to bring more merch to the U.S.? Because they have so much cool Sailor Moon swag in Japan that we don't have stuff here.
Yes, so Toei is the CPG, the merch licensor for Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon Crystal. Keep checking places like Right Stuff first. The new stuff will come through there. But it is a constant wave. There's new stuff every month. So, yeah, so look for, as we go through the new style guides, we're starting to see stuff from S start to pop up, and the Hot Topic and other places. So keep an eye out. It's coming.
That's my favorite question.
Where can I buy stuff? Where can I buy?
Okay, my question is, what was it like for you to voice Sailor Venus?
It was super awesome. A mix of being terrified, unbelievable, and really exciting and fun. I don't know, I have nothing but every time I'm voicing that character, I'm so happy. She's just so lovely, and everything that she's doing is just loving. It's so fun.
Great question. Okay, next in line.
Hi. I was wondering if there was a scene or episode or even story arc from the original entire series that really resonated with you and you remember, you loved.
It's really weird how it's happened that when I've started working on things, there will be certain issues or things that I remember as a kid. I just remembered the show overall, but I will be rewatching it when we're working on it, and then the character will say something or a line will be read, and I'm like, this is exactly what I needed to hear in my life right now. This is so crazy that I'm working on this right when I'm working through something in my life. And now that I can finally talk about it, it happened in the first couple of episodes that we got to work on Crystal. I've recorded 2 episodes, and it was so weird. I was having a really stressful time in my life, and I remember I barely got to the session because it was super stressful. Got there, started recording it, and it was just a wave of release was lifted off of me. Some of the things that she was saying that I got to say. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. This is when I'm man, I'm so lucky to be an actor, and then to be able to work on a character. It was almost like it was a gift from something greater than me that this helped me work through something. So, getting to work on Crystal, there's been a couple times in the show in general, but since that one was so fresh, I remember leaving going, man, this character is helping me in so many ways, and it's so, so special.
I have a question for our lovely room captain. Do we have enough time to work through the rest of our questions, or do we need to wrap up right away? Is there a panel right after this panel? In 5? Okay, we can do this in 5. We can do it in 5. All right, speed round.
That's a good question. Have you ever found any inconsistencies or flaws while translating?
Inconsistencies with?
There's one inconsistency. You don't have control over this or anything. Because how would Sailor Moon know who that is if their memories were right now? Because Luna was the one who told her name.
Luna just started talking, and she was shocked that Luna was talking again. So they brought it back up, and then Luna zapped her with her face moon and gave her memories back. Scientific term, face moon.
Because cats are magic. It's science.
Because cats are magic, science. Good question. All right, we have our last four. We gotta go quick.
Hi. Do you ever have any trouble getting into character for your voice acting roles?
No. I mean, they're all parts of me. So whenever I go in and I hear that voice, I'm like, oh, this is the part of me that I'm being today. So I guess if anything, I have a hard time letting go of the character when I leave. I will leave and kind of be like, oh, I'm not magical anymore. Slow your roll, Jeremy. So that's the only problem, I guess.
Hey, good question. Okay, we're down to our final three.
A curious question, if you could answer it. Have you ever seen a Sailor Moon fan art? And if so, what's your favorite or most interesting fan art you've seen of that?
I've seen
when it stood out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I saw the Sailor Guardians dressed up as princesses, which I thought was really cool. And then I saw them in pinup characters in steampunk, and I think the pinup was my favorite because it was like 1930s, 1940s, and I love that. I love that style, and I was like, oh my gosh, all the girls look so cute, and that was really cool.
And I really love, it's a recent fan art, actually a good friend of mine, she's an animator, she drew all the Sailor Guardians as modern pop idols.
Oh,
so like
that's
it's kind of
so
Love Line.
cool.
So yeah, her name is Amy Major, and there's a whole set of them, and they're so cute.
I want to look at those, that's
They're
awesome.
so cute. Thank you. Okay, final two. Got some good ones.
Hi. I also grew up with Sailor Moon too. I have kind of a weird question because my friends always wanted this. Have you guys ever wondered why the moon controls all the planets?
Well, I know how
This is what I think about it, right?
I know how much power the moon has, on Earth.
Yeah.
And every planet has moons. So if the moon has that much effect on the planet, then the moon in general should be in charge of the planet because it affects them, right?
Well, you know in that relationship, Usagi's in charge. I mean, she doesn't wear the purple pleated pants, but she wears her pants.
Yeah, that's true. The purple pleated pants.
All right, final question.
Have you ever cosplayed your character, and when is the next time you cosplayed your character?
So, this happened at Katsucon. I've never cosplayed as any character ever. I don't even know if I told you this. I went to a panel, and somebody had been telling me they were going to get me a Sailor Venus cosplay, and I was like, I don't know how they're going to do that. She did, and she gave me a Sailor V cosplay at the convention, so, I mean, that's going to be my Halloween costume this year, because I haven't done Halloween in forever. But I feel like I was talking to Christina B. and Amanda, and we want to get everybody together and do all the Sailor Scout cosplay.
Yes, that would be great.
That would be so fun.
I will be there with the camera.
Yeah.
That was a great final question. All right, thank you guys so much for coming. I won't be able to show the next clip, but I will show it at the Viz Media panel this afternoon if you want to see the exclusive. You can also catch the trailer online.